Before the first mountain rose or the ocean found its depths, before Eden unfurled its leaves and Adam drew breath, there was only light and endless symphony echoing through the throne room of heaven. Here order reigned, angels moved in harmony, their voices weaving praise around the throne of God. At the center stood Lucifer, the light-bearer, adorned in perfection, brilliant beyond compare. Gemstones shimmered on his form, wisdom radiated in his words. He was the morning star, closest to the Creator, a living testament to divine artistry. Yet within Lucifer, a question shimmered soft, insistent, impossible to ignore. Why not me? The thought grew, kindling pride where only humility had dwelled. Day by day, envy traced the hollow of his heart. Quiet longing shifted to restless ambition. Lucifer looked upon God's throne, and desire flared.
Should not one so glorious rule? Why must I kneel when I could rise?
He began to speak, his words stirring the hearts of many. A third of heaven's host listened, drawn by his vision by the promise of more.
Lucifer, you were created for light, not for dominion. The order of heaven is sacred.
Order is a cage. I seek freedom.
Loyalty binds us, pride divides.
The war that followed was not fought with swords, but with will and allegiance. Light collided with light. Voices rose, a cosmic struggle echoing through eternity. When the rebellion ended, Lucifer and his followers were cast from heaven. Their brilliance dimmed, their exile marked the birth of opposition. The universe, once whole, now bore the legacy of choice, a wound, and a promise. Thus, before time began, the first war shaped all that would follow the struggle between light and darkness, freedom and order, pride and In the beginning, heaven's throne room shimmered with a radiance beyond comprehension. Light flowed through pillars shaped by worship, every breath reverberating with praise, holy, holy, holy. This was a realm untouched by sorrow, pain, or death, harmony woven into every atom. At the very center stood Lucifer. He embodied perfection, adorned with every gemstone, wisdom gleaming in his gaze, beauty woven into his form. As the anointed guardian closest to the Almighty, his wings stirred the air, reflecting divine fire. Choirs lifted hymns, galaxies spun in perfect order. Yet within Lucifer, a new desire began to form. Surrounded by splendor, he looked upon himself and wondered, was he not worthy of the throne? Pride, subtle and insidious, emerged in his heart. The harmony of heaven trembled as his ambition sent ripples through the ranks of angels. Some found themselves drawn to his vision and questioned their devotion. The Almighty, perceiving the unrest, spoke with sorrow and resolve.
Lucifer, perfection was your gift. My presence shaped your purpose, but pride cannot abide in the light.
The first war of heaven unfolded not with swords, but with the clash of wills. Light and darkness surged through the throne room. Paradise fractured as loyalty divided. When the last chorus faded, Lucifer and those who followed him were cast out. The guardian became the adversary, and the cosmos felt the birth of darkness. Paradise was lost, but humility endured. Creation's journey toward redemption began as the eternal struggle between light and shadow was set into motion. In the radiant courts of heaven, all is harmonious. Light pours from the throne, cascading across countless angelic hosts. At their head stands Lucifer, flawless and resplendent, the morning star, chosen to lead in songs of adoration. Each day, millions of voices rise in praise. Lucifer lifts his own, his heart pure, his purpose clear. Glory circles God, bathing the halls in awe. But within Lucifer, a subtle shift begins. He watches the worship, feels the pulse of devotion flowing upward. A question flickers, why do they kneel before him and not before me? The thought is fleeting, silent in the vast perfection that surrounds him. Time passes and the question lingers, growing roots. Lucifer's admiration turns inward, pride stirring in the quiet corners of his heart. The shadow deepens, envy entwining with light. Lucifer stands at the center, the world's harmony undisturbed. Yet inside, fractures spread silent, unseen. The longing for greatness, the craving for honor, whispers louder. A single lie forms I deserve more. In that moment, heaven itself shifts, touched by the slow corruption of a once perfect heart. The beauty of worship falters, and the first discord echoes through eternity. The birth of evil does not come with thunder, but with the quiet changing of one angel's soul. Light dims as pride takes root. All creation feels the tremor of what has begun. In the radiant halls of heaven, an undercurrent of unease stirs. Angels, once united in purpose, pause in the corridors, their wings shimmering with hesitation. The source is not a shadowed threat, but a voice, Lucifer's voice, magnetic and resonant.
Why do we kneel? Why must we offer endless praise when we ourselves shine with glory? We are fashioned from splendor. Should reverence not belong to us as much as to the Most High?
His words coil through the air, subtle and intoxicating. Some angels exchange uneasy glances, Doubt and unfamiliar sensation settles among them.
He speaks as if the order of heaven is a chain.
We are beings of light. Why serve forever? Should we not ascend? Should we not claim what we are owed?
A silence descends, dense with conflict. It is not peace, but anticipation of a shift no one can name. Then Lucifer stands before his followers, pride burning in his gaze.
I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the Mount of Assembly. I will rise above the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High.
5 proclamations, each a step away from grace. The corridors echo with their finality. This is not ambition, it is defiance. In that instant, the light of heaven flickers. The unity of ages fractures, and a trembling divides the host. Some angels recoil in sorrow, others stand resolute by Lucifer's side. The first rift in eternity opens a rebellion that will leave creation forever changed. Heaven trembled, not from fear, but from grief, a sorrow deeper than any mortal heart could bear. For what was about to unfold had never scarred the endless light before war. At the center of the host stood Michael, the archangel, forged in obedience and flame. He did not speak of mercy nor bargain with rebels.
Depart.
A hush fell, then the skies erupted. Wings of fire clashed with wings veiled in shadow. Lightning carved rivers across the firmament. Stars, once symbols of order, whirled and crashed like stones cast down in anger. A third of the heavenly host, radiant no longer, twisted by pride, turned against their creator, not for freedom, but for dominion. The conflict raged with cosmic force. Yet the power behind Michael was infinite, vast enough to silence rebellion with a single word. In that blinding instant, the war lasted less than a breath, its violence swallowed by the unbreakable will of the Creator. When the din faded, silence returned. Heaven mourned its lost kin, their absence echoing through eternity. The fallen cast into darkness became a warning, a testament to the futility of pride before the Creator's will. In the quiet that followed, order endured, but the memory of rebellion remained a scar upon perfection, and a lesson written in light for all who would seek to challenge it. Heaven was once united until pride shattered the peace. Lucifer, the brightest angel, desired the throne. His revolt sparked a war in heaven. Jesus said, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." It was no gentle descent. Lucifer, now called Satan, was cast out, stripped of glory, exiled not to hell, but to earth, still pure, still innocent. There Satan's war turned subtle. No armies, just a whisper in the garden.
Did God really say, "You will be like God"?
Pride, the poison that ruined Lucifer, now tempted Adam and Eve. Their fall wasn't the birth of evil, but the spillover of heaven's first rebellion. Yet hope was not lost. Even as Adam and Eve hid in shame, God promised.
I will put enmity between you and the woman, he will crush your head.
A promise of rescue written before the world began. Centuries later, Jesus, the true light bearer, walked where Lucifer fell. On the cross, he broke the rebels' power and fulfilled that prophecy. Colossians declares, having disarmed the powers and authorities, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them by the cross. That ancient war still echoes today. Pride whispers in every heart, resisting surrender. True freedom begins when we let go of the throne. The same power that cast out Lucifer can lift you up. Ask yourself, where is pride hiding in my life? Who do I truly serve? If this story spoke to you, share your thoughts and subscribe for more. The light that triumphed still shines. Look up.